Hey guys, it's Mozart the Best and a few days ago I was reminded of how much I love the movie The Lion King. Yeah. A few days ago I was really reminded of how much I love the movie The Lion King. And that also got me in mind. That The Lion King is one of my favorite Disney movies, and I'm still debating if it's my favorite movie ever. But yeah, um when I was reminded of how much I love The Lion King, I thought of its sequel, The Lion King, Simba's Pride. So, as you can guess by my tone, I don't like that movie. I really don't like that movie. It's definitely a disgrace to the original Lion King. I really don't like it. It deserves a 30, I think it was a 33% rating from Rotten Tomatoes. And that also got me thinking, why are movie sequels so bad? Why are they so bad? I mean, if for all you horror fans, I think you remember Nightmare on Elm Street. The first Nightmare on Elm Street, awesome. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, oh my gosh. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2, by the way. Yeah, I recommend you do yourself a favor and don't go through don't do that to yourself. Just don't. It's a terrible movie. Trust me, it is. So, yeah. Why are movie sequels so bad? Well, really, the truth with movie sequels are really most of the time there's just a cash in. Movie sequels are obviously made to capitalize on the success of the original movie. Sometimes they just do it because why not make a sequel? I mean, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah, I'm gonna put up that movie. I'm not a fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks, but yeah, I'm gonna put up that movie. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin and Chipmunks. First Alvin and Chipmunks. I'm gonna base my opinions on Rotten Tomatoes movies, and I have watched all three of those movies. So yeah, the first Alvin and Chipmunks. Rotten Tomatoes didn't like it. I think it was like a 30% rating. Second movie, The Squeakle. I actually liked them more than the original. Rotten Tomatoes, but it wasn't a movie that I would watch again and again and again. Rotten Tomatoes also didn't like it. I think it was like 20%. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Chipwrecked. Yeah, as if the first two films aren't bad enough. Um, they released it, 12% rating, and I know that for a fact. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 12% rating, and yeah, and lo and behold, they're making a fourth movie. I'm not kidding. They're making a fourth movie, and considering all the three movies that all the other three predecessors, I'm surprised they even have the balls. Anyway, that that also tells me movie sequels, the original movies. Um, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about another thing. A movie called Bambi. Now, if you haven't watched Bambi, I love that movie. I really love that movie. It's probably tied with The Lion King of my favorite Disney movies. But yeah, Bambi, the original Bambi was released in 1942. It actually didn't. It actually had mixed reviews back then, but it's awesome. Well, in my opinion. But yeah, Bambi has a sequel. It had a sequel. It was called Bambi 2, which was released in 2006. Bambi 2. Oh God. Here's a problem. Um, I think you can already see the problem with the release dates. Bambi, released in 1942. Bambi 2, released in 2006. I don't know what was going through their minds to think that it was a good idea to release a sequel to a movie that came out, let's say, 64 years ago. It was a 64-year gap. What? And there's also another problem. Bambi 2, it sucked. It sucked. Bambi 2, 1942. Original movie released in 1942. Bambi 2 released in 2006. I think you see the problem. All of the original, all the original directors, all the original writers, and all the original adult voice actors in Bambi, they were child voice actors, and those guys are still alive to this day, but they're in their elderly, so that doesn't really matter right now. That doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, all the original writers, producers, directors, all the original crew members, they're all dead. And it is sad that they're dead, but that's my point. Bambi 2 was released in 64 years after. Why would you make a sequel now? I mean, I'm pretty sure back then the original crew members had no plans in making a sequel, and I wish that kept, because Bambi 2 sucked. It really did. And also coming to the Jungle Book. I think the original Jungle Book was released in 1967, and I know the Jungle Book 2 was released in the 2000s. And yeah, I mean, were they really trying to get that much cash? What the heck? And yeah, that's my argument. Why are movie sequels so bad? It's because a lot of movie sequels are just pretty much cash-ins. Like I said, movie sequels are obviously made to capitalize on the success of the original movie, like The Lion King. But The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, it sucked, in my opinion. It also had a threequel or a prequel, like, I guess. And my arm is getting tired holding the camera. And the threequel, the whatever, the third movie in the Lion King series, it was named Lion King 1.5. And I actually really like that movie. Here's the thing with Lion King. The original Lion King is a movie I'd watch anytime, any day of the week. The Lion King 2 is a movie that you have to pay me to watch that movie. The Lion King 1.5 is a movie that I'd watch. I'd watch on my own will, not all the time, but I'd sure watch it and enjoy it. So yeah, like remember the movie called Frozen, which released almost a year ago? I really, really hope they don't release a sequel to that movie because I love the original Frozen. I have a DVD for it. Here it is. And all I have to say is the movie's pretty freaking awesome. It is pretty good. And yeah, hey, once you watch, it's not easy to hate a movie after Let It Go, and that's not even the only reason I love that movie. But yeah, I digress. Yeah, why movie sequels so bad? I mean, like I said, I hope they don't release a sequel to Frozen because obviously Frozen was a very popular animated movie. In fact, I think it beat The Lion King in like. I think it beat The Lion King. I think Lion King was in the third spot and Frozen was the second spot in highest gross animated movies, I think. But yeah. And yeah, like I said, movie sequels are usually they're cash-ins. And I'm really sounding redundant here. But hey, sometimes on a rare event, on a blue moon, on a leap year, when, sometimes they can actually make the sequel better than the original. Like for you horror movie fans, Friday the 13th Part 1, Friday the 13th, the original Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2. Many people say that Friday the 13th Part 2 was superior to the original Friday the 13th. So yeah, sometimes they actually take pride into making a sequel, like Kung Fu Panda: Legends of Artemis. According to that guy with the glasses, he said it's a lot better than the original. So yeah, I love the original Kung Fu Panda. I never watched Kung Fu Panda 2, but hey, I'm gonna watch it someday. Yeah, sometimes writers can actually take pride in the original movie. They actually care about it, and they release a worthy successor. And sometimes they take the original movie, they take the original script to the movie, they think how they can improve it, they crumble it up, they step on it, and they just spit on what's left. And then they create crap like Friday the 13th, like Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Oh god, that movie's bad. But yeah, well, that's all I need to say here. Movie sequels, not good. Most of the time, like I said, sometimes they're good. Most of the time, they're not. And sometimes it just makes you wonder, why are they making a sequel to the movie that wasn't so successful to begin with? Like Planes, they made a sequel to Planes. Sequel's called Planes, Fire and Rescue. I don't know what's so good about the original Plane because I've seen reviews and it's garbage. from the reviews. I never watched it because I think I've done my lesson after Cars 2. But yeah. And even Cars 2, the original Cars, I think was boring. It's definitely not Pixar quality. I mean, looking at movies like Toy Story, I love all the 3 Toy Story movies. Toy Story is another thing. Toy Story is another thing. Toy Story is another thing where they actually take pride in the original movie. Toy Story 1, loved it. Toy Story 2, loved it. Toy Story 3, it's probably my favorite of all of them. I mean, not my favorite, but it was still pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, like I said, movie sequels, they can be good. Movies, they can be good. Like Toy Story. Toy Story is a good example of how writers should take pride in their original works. So yeah. Anyway, peace guys, I'm most of the best.